Hey, what's good? It's your boy, Mixtape Moth, and today I'm going to hit y'all with a review of this Drake EP entitled Scary Hours 2. Let's get to it. Alright, so the Sixth God is back in the building with this little 3-pack of songs in preparation for his 6th studio album entitled Certified Lover Boy. These 3 tracks can be looked at as an appetizer before the full course meal. Being that it's only three songs, it is hard to tell what exactly we can expect on this album, but based on the rapping here, it seems like Drake has abandoned the fake patois and UK drill inflections for the time being. In other words, it seems like he might be going back to the basics. Within the past day or so, I found it interesting to have read tweets from very well respected MCs in the game like Shay Noor, Ransom, Royce, and Graf, who all gave Drake his flowers publicly. So I wanted to know how y'all felt in the comment section about that. Are these great MCs bugging, to declare Drake as dead nice? Is the bar set too low for Drake, or is this type of praise warranted? Let me know in the comment section. I personally don't have a problem with this because I've always felt that Drake could rap. However, I wouldn't necessarily classify him as dead nice. At the same time, I will still listen to Drake, although I don't always like all of his material. Look, whether you care for Drake or not, I think it is pretty obvious that he is a student of the rap game. You can tell not only by the references he makes to certain old school rappers on some of his albums, but also by the rappers who he has collaborated with that he does know about and respect the greats in hip hop. So I always did like that about Drake. To me, his last really good project was If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Sonically, in my opinion, Drake was at his artistic peak on that. I know some people might not have been impressed with that particular release, but for me, it always had the best replay value. Now, obviously, he had some bangers and a few standout soulful tracks scattered throughout albums like Views, More Life, and Scorpion, but I tended to view those releases as mixed bags and cluttered bodies of work at the end of the day. But with that being said, let me go ahead and give y'all a track-by-track breakdown of these 3 new joints. The first one, What's Next, is a club friendly banger, plain and simple. This will give you those day drinking and brunch vibes at the club or bar. That Sunday fun day feel prior to COVID hitting. It's a catchy and feel good vibe, and I did like Drake's flow on this one. The bars really didn't blow me away, but they were alright. I did like the following: soon as you give them your soul, you blow up, and they say you're selling your soul. So I can kind of get where Drake is going with this. At this point, he can't help that he is a pop star. You are getting a lot of boss talk on this record. Stuff like, I sit in a box where the owners do. A boss is the role I've grown into. I gotta be honest, the On Valentine's Day I Had Sex line was pretty cringeworthy, but overall, I really didn't have any issues with this record for what it is. It's a club record / banger. Track 2, Wants and Needs, has this dope nocturnal production. This is one of those dark and atmospheric bangers. I could envision Schoolboy Q on this for some reason, but we have Lil Baby as a feature who I feel does a good job. Drake says, come with a classic, they come around years later and say it's a sleeper. What album is he talking about here? Is it Views? Because I can't imagine it's anything after that. The hook is signature Drake, and that is very melodic, wavy, and catchy. So thankfully, there's no appropriated Caribbean accents, just Drake crooning like how he used to do. As far as Lil Baby's verse, I gotta say I wasn't mad at it. As his energy and his flow, I think they were both on point. I guess you could say he outshined Drake. I'm not a GOAT, but I fit the description. I like to pour, so I get the prescription, and I'm dropping hit after hit. I'm just chilling, but I'll send a hit while I chill with my children. It's decent wordplay. But yeah, this was a strong banger, so I don't have any complaints. Track 3, Lemon Pepper Freestyle, obviously has the best rapping out of these 3 tracks, minus the very forgettable verse from Rick Ross. I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've heard a verse from Ross that hasn't been mid. On this record, he is once again giving us very surface level and basic luxury raps that are beyond boring. It's like he's on cruise control anymore because he can be. The instrumental we're getting is very attractive. The lush sample fits with the whole luxury life aesthetic to a T. This is yacht music with some introspective lines from Drake. And I think Drake somewhat did his thing on the lyrical tip. In typical Drake freestyle fashion, he was given a stream of conscious bars. You know, he wasn't sticking to any particular topic, just letting it all out as if he's in therapy. He has some boss talk, a lot of flexing, almost similar to recent Jay-Z verses. He references being a dad, his come up from the bottom, dealing with fame, and even imagining what his own funeral would look like. I really dug the following bars as I feel they were the most standout on the project. These days, fame is disconnected from excellence. Half the time, I gotta ask dudes what their profession is. Usher their generation in. These are where my confessions live. He packed a lot into these lines, a lot of which was thought-provoking and dope. He also talks about being a dad, dropping his kid off to school, and attending parent-teacher conferences. You know, the everyday regular dad stuff Drake now manages to fit into his busy schedule. I also liked when he said, "To be real, man, I never did one crime, but none of my brothers could caption that line." And I feel he was being 100% honest here, as Drake doesn't get his hands dirty. He's not about that life, as he has people to handle that. So I could at least respect Drake for keeping it a buck here. I thought this was a decent track, although I could have done without the Ross verse, but I liked the beat. And I appreciated that we got Drake actually rapping in a more traditional way. Now, let's be clear, this was not on the level of 5 a.m. in Toronto or some of his past freestyle tracks, but it was solid and I liked how he was sticking to his strengths. Overall, I think this was a cool 3-pack of songs. Everything was decent from the bars to the flows, hooks, and beats. I wasn't blown away by this little project, but I guess I could say I wasn't disappointed at the same time. It's always hard to really rate a project with only 3 songs, but I do feel this is a step in the right direction for Drake, as he appears to have abandoned the trendy accents, at least for the time being. Hopefully we will see much more of this back to the basics approach on Certified Lover Boy. Let me know what you thought about this project in the comment section below. What should I check out next? It's your boy, Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out, but be sure to hit that like button and please subscribe. As always, it's peace and blessings. Drake, Scary Hours 2, 1.